Good morning. Welcome to this channel. My name is Patti. For today's video, I want to share a testimony with you guys. I want to talk to you guys about how much my life has changed, how my life has been going, um, just what has happened over the course of 1 year. 1 year walking with God, 1 year walking with the Lord. I want to testify of God's goodness, of God's faithfulness, of God's mercy, of God's grace. I want to testify of how good God is. Let me just jump right into it. So, April 2024, uh, is when things started shifting, like things started happening. I didn't know, right? Like I didn't know what was coming. I didn't know what was going on. I was truly like confused. And then the Lord met me. I don't really even know how to say it. I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even know like what happened. I truly don't know, but God knows. But the best way that I can put it is that God met me. God met me where I was, and I'm talking literally where I was, like as broken as I was, as confused as I was, as lost as, like he met me in that dark place. And again, like when I say like he met me, I mean he also met me in a bathroom. He met me in my bathroom, right? Like God literally meets us where we're at. I mean, like talking in metaphor, but also like talking about like literally, like you don't need to be in a church. And okay, hold up, like I'm not saying don't go to church, but what I'm trying to say is like in your living room, God can meet you there. In a closet, God can meet you. In the nightclub, God can meet you. In your car, God can meet you. In your laundry room, God can meet you. God has met me. I mean, God has met me everywhere. God has met me. It doesn't matter where I am. It doesn't matter what state of mind I'm at, right? God has met me continually. So, April 2024, God met me in my bathroom. But that doesn't mean that I was like instantly just in clarity, right? No, I was still confused and I was scared and I was worried and I was just broken. I was literally being shattered. Like everything I knew was like just to the point where I'm like I don't even know anymore. So, May 2024, I have always gone to church, but in the month of May, something that happened was that, I mean, the way I put it was that now I understood what they were talking about in church. Like the words just kind of like spoke directly to me, like not directly to what I was going through, but like I understood what they were talking about. Like the words were literally like jumping at me and they were like you're getting this, right? And I'm like, I'm getting this. I'm receiving this. I understand this. Again, not completely, right? I'm that's another wonderful thing. Like I'm pretty sure last year I have read Isaiah, right? The book of Isaiah, but I started reading it recently and the words are like jumping at me and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I did not see this last time I read Isaiah, right? And now I'm like understanding things that I didn't understand before. And I can just imagine this like happening again, right? Like a year from now, I'm gonna read Isaiah again, probably, right? And I'm gonna be like, I did not catch that back in 2025, right? Like just this excitement. This is what God has done in my life. He has brought a joy, He has brought excitement. Like I'm literally excited to get up. Like I remember, I mean, even years, back, I have always been a morning person, but that doesn't mean like I'm a morning person because I love how with every new day, I mean, it just feels like a new opportunity, like a new opportunity. Like I know I messed up yesterday, but I'm given another opportunity today, right? And I love that. But that doesn't mean that I have always like been able to just like wake up and get going, right? I have struggled with waking up, like getting out of bed, scrolling on my phone, right? God has just done miracles, like miracles. Like I get up sometimes, not all the times, right? But I get up at 5 in the morning when my husband leaves for work, right? And like that was something, let me tell you, that was something that I tried in my own strength. I tried in my own strength, right? And after, I believe, the second week, I was depleted. I told my husband, I can't. It wasn't even something that he asked me, but it was something that I wanted to do, but I couldn't do on my own strength. I couldn't do it, right? And now, last night, I asked God, I'm like, and that's the thing, like, it wasn't even this, like, down on my knees prayer, right? It was just like this silent prayer inside. And I was like, God, like, wake me up so I can pack my husband's lunch, right? Like in the morning, today in the morning. God woke me up. And it was just like this, like, instant, like, I don't even, like, I was even in a dream, right? Like I was dreaming. And I don't know, usually, like, I wake up and I'm like exhausted after dreaming, right? And I'm like sluggish. But like today, I'm just like, I was up. Like, it was this instant, like, I couldn't even try to like pretend that I'm still tired. Like, I was up. And I'm like, God, like, God, like, that was all God. So yeah, May 2024 is when, like, what they were speaking about in church, like, the words were just jumping up at me. When people would say, God willing, in Spanish, si Dios quiere, like, that was jumping at me. Just things like that. Things like that started jumping out at me. And I was catching it, where before it could have, just blended in, with the atmosphere. But now I was like catching on to these things. I was listening to the songs, right? The songs that they would play in church. I would get it. Like, I'm like, I hear what you're saying now. I understand. I'm receiving what you're saying. Right. 2024 was also the time when I started reading the Bible. I mean, literally just like taking it all in, and I was like understanding it. Like, I understood the words. I'm not saying all of it. I'm not saying completely, right? There were verses and I'm like, I don't know what this means, right? But now, like, now there are things that I read back then that I didn't like fully get, and now I'm like, I'm getting it, right? And again, like, I can just imagine a year from now or years from now reading the same verse and being like, like, just this excitement, literally this excitement for life, excitement for what's to come. God has given me hope. God has given me light. God has set me free. Here in Isaiah chapter 51, verse 14, it says, soon all you captives will be released. Imprisonment, starvation, and death will not be your fate. I have struggled with feeling inhibited, feeling constrained, feeling restricted, feeling like paralyzed. Like, literally, I can't move, like, mentally, right? Mentally stuck, mentally stagnant, mentally paralyzed. Like, literally, like, I think of doing something, right? Like, this idea burst inside of me to do something or to say something, say something to someone, compliment someone. I mean, the most simple things. I'm talking about, from big things to like the most simplest things of just like literally just helping someone out in the grocery, just the smallest things. That word inhibited, right? I believe it's like you're so aware of yourself that you just, I mean, you can't move because you're so aware, like, you're so aware of like how you may look or what they may think of you, what they may say, and so, like, literally, you just get smaller and smaller. You're insignificant. You can't, you're not worthy. I mean, that has literally been me for years, imprisoned by my own mind. Literally, I mean, that's just the best way and the most simplest way that I can put it. Imprisoned by my own mind. And I remember, like, um when God gave me this poem, I made a short about it and I put it here on YouTube. I'll put it in the description in case you guys want to look at it. But when God gave me that poem, like, literally, that was all God. And I think it's a beautiful poem because It said, leaving the prison of my mind to enter into the sanctuary of the Lord, because that's literally what God has done for me. I was trapped in my mind. I was trapped with lies. I mean, it's one thing for you to be trapped in there by yourself, but I was trapped with lies. Imagine just being in this like prison cell, right? So, first of all, you're trapped, you can't get out. But second of all, like all over the walls of that cell of your mind, it says, you are not enough. You are not worthy. You are guilty. I mean, I was constantly being accused in my mind, right? Constantly being accused of, you're not doing enough. You need to be doing more. You need to be doing this. Oh, you know that thing that you did? I bet you did it because of this and that. I did. Constantly accused, constantly targeted. Everything that I did was wrong. Everything that I didn't do, I felt guilty about it. I felt shame for it. Like, not in peace. And God has set me free. And I mean, so many verses come to mind, but Psalms 118:6. For God is on my side, so I will not be afraid. What can mere people do to me? God met me in that place of darkness. And he brought me out. He walked me out. He walked me out of that place of darkness. He didn't leave me there. He walked me out and he brought me into the sanctuary of the Lord. He brought me into his house. He brought me with him. This past year, it has just been, first of all, amazing. Second of all, something that I didn't even know was possible. Third of all, something that I couldn't have seen coming. Like, I don't know. The truth is like, I don't know what's coming, right? I don't know what's coming tomorrow. I don't know what's coming later on. I don't know what's coming after this video. Like, I don't know what's coming, but like, I have hope. I have light. I have this excitement that just like keeps increasing, right? I'm just like, I don't even know what I'm excited for because I don't even know what's coming, but I have faith in my God, right? Like, I have faith in his power. I have faith in him. I have faith in the plans that he had. The plans that he has. I have I have faith. I have this faith of what I don't even know is coming. What I can't even see. I have faith in him. I have faith that he truly does work everything for good. This past year, I have struggled. I have struggled a lot. like I have so many now. I have like 3 pictures, but like, because I wanted to start like documenting. I wanted to start documenting because I'm like, God, I know you got a plan for this. Like, I know you got a plan for this, right? And I want to share like all of this, right? Like all the hope, because in those times, like when you're going through something, I mean, literally like crying your eyes out, bawling and just like shaking, like, doing that whole like that's that scene. You feel hopeless. That's why you're crying, because you're like, I don't see a way out. I don't see a light. I don't know how this is gonna change. You have no hope, right? but but God, like literally, that's but God just changes. God shifts. God does the impossible. God does the unexpected. And just like that, in First Samuel chapter 9, where Saul and his servant go off to find the lost donkeys, and then they're like, let's go see Samuel, right? Like, he's a seer, he's a prophet, and what he says like always comes to pass, right? So like, we can trust him. We should go ask him, like, if he knows where them lost donkeys are, right? And so they go to him, right? And like, they're literally just, Saul is literally just looking for lost donkeys, right? Like, he's just doing something that his father asked him to do, right? This is just like normal. But he gets hit with something unexpected. Samuel tells him, don't worry about those donkeys that were lost 3 days ago, for they have been found. And I am here to tell you that you and your family are the focus of all Israel's hopes. what? Like I literally put what right here in my in the Bible. I'm like, what? Like imagine Saul, right? Like he could have been like he got hit with something unexpected. I mean, just like that. Like he was just out working. He was just out doing what his father told him to do. And then he gets hit with that. And so Saul replies, "But I'm only from the tribe of Benjamin, the smallest tribe in Israel, and my family is the least important of all the families of that tribe. Why are you talking like this to me?" So Saul, like he didn't even consider himself worthy, right? Like he was a nobody. His family was the least. Like he was, I mean, as far as he knew, he was like, we can't even be considered. We can't even like no, like no. Reading a little further down, it says, Samuel then instructed the cook to bring Saul the finest cut of meat, the piece that had been set aside for the guest of honor. So the cook brought in the meat and placed it before Saul. Go ahead and eat it, Samuel said. I was saving it for you even before I invited these others. And the ESV version says it was kept for you until the hour appointed. What I love about that is that Saul didn't even consider himself, right? Like he wasn't even worthy. Like he was nobody, and his family was basically nobody as well, right? Like it was like all the way down. So Saul didn't consider himself, but God was already like he had already plans for him. He didn't even know what was coming, right? He had no idea. He didn't even consider it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like he didn't even consider himself, and he didn't even consider it to be like an option. Like for him to be king, like that wasn't even something that he considered. But God already like was cooking this up. Like God already knew. I mean, something that I feel so heavily is like when it comes to planning my kids' birthdays or getting them their Christmas presents or like their birthday gifts, right? Or when it comes to like planning like some weekend thing, right? Like with the kids, I am just like super excited. I'm geeked. I'm like, I got some things coming, right? And the kids don't even know it. They don't even expect that they're going to get hit with like a trip to the beach. They're going to get hit with a trip to, bowling, or they're going to get a hit with, like, they're going to get hit with something unexpected and something that is good for them, something that is just like, they don't even know what's coming. And I feel that that's like what God has been telling me, like you don't even know what's coming, and I'm excited for this, right? And before it was kind of in this like impatience where I'm like I want to see it now. And I'm like, okay, God, like I don't even know what's coming, but I know you got something coming. I know you're doing something. I know God is where, and I don't even know what. I don't even know what, because like I didn't even know that this excitement and this joy and this peace was possible. I'm telling you guys that my mind, I mean, was not a good place to be. And like that's something that you can't escape from. I mean, I couldn't escape from it. I couldn't leave it. I tried on my own strength. I tried, I did all the Google searches. I watched all the videos, talking about, how to stop overthinking, how to get out of your mind. And like none of that, none of that ever worked. In Isaiah chapter 52, verse 12, it says, You will not leave in a hurry, running for your lives, for the Lord will go ahead of you. Yes, the God of Israel will protect you from behind. I love the image that is painted there. It goes back to the poem that God had me write, leaving the prison of my mind to enter into the sanctuary of the Lord. It's not this like escaping, right? I'm not escaping. I'm not running from my mind. I don't have to look behind me. I don't have to be worried anymore. I don't have to be scared anymore. I don't have to look back anymore. It's not this running for my life. It's not this escaping. It's this walking, like it's this walking out of my mind and entering to, like, it is this walking towards something, walking towards the Lord, walking with God. I mean, that for the Lord will go ahead of you and he will protect you from behind. I mean, it's this just this safety that I've always been looking for, but it was this like safety. I mean, this I don't know, interior, not interior, that's not the word. This like fear inside of me, this fear of like all the thoughts that are running, all the what ifs that are attacking me, right? There was this internal fear that I couldn't run from, I couldn't escape from, I couldn't leave, I couldn't. And God, now God is simply just walking me out of that fear. He's walking beside me. He's leading me with his righteous right hand, and he's going ahead of me, and he's protecting me from behind, right? Like I'm covered. I'm covered in God's protection. I'm covered in God's grace. Declare that over your life now, because that is the truth. Do you need me to read to you again what it says? It says, I have your name written in the palms of my hand. It says that God cares for you. It says that God watches you like the apple of his eye. Like that's how close he is to you. Isaiah chapter 46, I have cared for you since you were born. Yes, I carried you before you were born. I will be your God throughout your lifetime until your hair is white with age. I made you and I will care for you. I will carry a, I will carry you along and save you. What? What? We spent, I spent, I spent all my life scared, frightened, in fear, worried, worried, worried about the future, worried about what's coming. And now God has turned that worry and that fear and that anxiousness about about what's coming into excitement. Now I'm excited about what's coming. God, you did that. That is what God did. That is what God does. That is what God is still doing. And he wants to do the same for you. Let me just sit in that. Let me just rest in that. We can literally rest in that. God has turned my fear of the future into me looking forward to the future, into me looking forward into what's coming, eagerly expecting, patiently waiting. That's what God does. My mind was crowded with the what ifs. And God turned that into, I don't know. I don't know what's coming, but I have faith. I have hope. I'm excited. And here I am boasting about God. I'm boasting about God's wonderful deeds. I'm boasting about God's power. I'm boasting about how good God is, how faithful he is. I'm boasting about God's love. I'm boasting about him. This past year has just been full of lots of learning and growing. I mean, literally, that's the best way that I can put it, learning and growing. But this is just like different than all the other past years, like what I can remember when I was doing like the whole new age, the whole like growing in spirituality, right? Like this is concrete. Like this what's happening now, this learning, this is staying inside of me. This is actually growing. This is actually maturing into something. Whereas before, I just felt like I was in this endless loop and like constantly chasing and constantly striving to get somewhere. The other past years of learning and growing, where things really didn't stick and it was kind of all relying on my willpower, relying on my own strength to just get things done. And now it feels like smooth sailing. Like, I'm not saying I don't struggle. Like, I'm still, I still struggle, but what I'm saying is like now is like I'm leaning against the rock. Like I'm leaning against God, and God doesn't fail. God hasn't failed me. It's not the same. It can't be compared. There is no God like our God. There is no God like my God. There is no other like him. There is only one true living God, and he met me. He met me. He rescued me. He saved me. I'm excited to see the wonderful works of the Lord. Like, I'm excited to see his wonderful deeds. I'm excited. I'm excited to hear from him. I'm excited to learn from him. I'm like eagerly waiting, eagerly expecting. Just, I don't know. I don't know, but that's what this past year has been like. And I'm just grateful. I am just grateful. I want to leave you guys with this Isaiah chapter 45, verse 22. And it says, let all the world look to me for salvation. Let all the world look to God for salvation. God is saying, seek me. Now is the time to seek me. It is a call to act, a call to seek, a call to have faith, a call to seek. Salvation is coming. Salvation is here. Look to God. Look to God for help. Look to God for salvation, because salvation comes from the Lord alone. I have to go, but thank you so much for spending some time with me. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for hearing this testimony. I hope it stirred something inside of you. I hope it planted some seeds. Thank you so much. Until next time.